Like bad kids, bitch, we reckless, yeah. Raw hearts are like taxes.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Gwop signing back in with another video, and today I got another special guest here. It's my good friend Adam, aka Nina Dasher. Say hello to the people, Adam.
What's up, y'all? I'm the owner of that little boxing pony.
All right, so now Nina or Adam, I'm just gonna refer to you as Adam from here on out, just for for reasons, so people won't get the wrong idea. But we actually agreed to actually do an interview together and everything about Randal Drake. And surprisingly, a lot of people is already believing us. But if we needed more proof, to like come out there and have more people speak up, we will, and we will do that. So I'm gonna ask him a couple questions, and I'm gonna talk with him about his relationship with Randal Drake and explain that Randal Drake is not someone that you want to associate yourself with. So now to start things off, now Adam, how long did you know Randal for, and when did you meet him?
Excuse me. I've known Randal for about maybe a good 2 or 3 years, maybe. I first met him on Discord during one of my friends recommended me to him. I can't remember who it was that recommended, but I remember doing a little talk with him, seeing what he was into. I knew he was into the stuff I was into, and I thought he was a pretty great guy at first, but then as months went on, his things turned into pretty bad chaos, and he was just really, really frustrating to deal with. Like, he kept on calling me. He kept telling me to stop talking to Jack, you, Euro, and many other people.
Yeah, and it's a coincidence. It's a coincidence. He told me the same exact thing.
Sure is. He just has a terrible grudge against Jack. And,
yeah, he does.
And Euro, especially Euro, because he's called Euro on multiple times like a Nazi.
Yeah, you're right about that. He does, and I was just talking with his fiance just like a couple hours ago before I'm interviewing you, and she gave her side of the story, and apparently he goes at Euro the most out of anybody else. If not him, it's
really?
Jack.
I thought he went to Jack the most.
I'm pretty sure they're tied for first. We're just gonna put it like that.
All right.
So, and like I said with in the other video and in Euro's fiance's interview, I actually explained that I actually met him like a good solid year ago. October would be marking a year, and I thought he was a pretty great guy myself, and I really did. I consider him a friend of mine, despite what people were saying. I thought he was cool, but I honestly should have taken the warnings into consideration and all this other stuff, and I should have listened to them and not associated with him at all.
I shouldn't have associated with him either. He over the past few weeks, ever since stuff has been going on, he's called me the following things. He's called me a half Mexican prick. He's called me an immigrant. He's called me immigrant multiple times. He's called me disease-filled. He called me a disease-filled, kind of like what he called Jeb, except he called me just an STD-filled pony. And he just kept calling me a whole bunch of stupid crap on the internet. It was just really annoying and frustrating. And I got to the point where I recently just blocked him. I just blocked him on DeviantArt. Not DeviantArt. I blocked him on Discord, and I haven't heard anything from him since on Discord.
Yeah, I know,
so,
right? Yeah, I get what you're saying, because like, and a lot of people know this as well. He called me the N-word twice now, and he's called me all type of stuff, and like, honestly, like, if he has to resort to using the N-word, like, he can't come up with anything other than anything original. I'm just gonna put it like that.
Sure has. I remember you did tell me months ago he called you the N-word.
Yes, and at that point, I was done with him. I was fucking done.
I agree with you, man. He just needs an attitude adjustment. Recently, let me go to the messages actually on DeviantArt. He's called me. Let me go to this recent one. And the way he also treats me and texts me is he'll say in like role play fashion, like he'll spit in Nina's face and stuff like that. Basically spitting in my face. He told me this one who he called he says he was also beating my blue ass down. Called me an immigrant, and I called him a racist. I called him I called him a racist because he is a racist.
He is. There's no other way to put it.
Sure isn't. I'm sorry if I sound nervous, dude, because it's my first time being on like a video and stuff like that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I don't blame you. I'm used to this sort of thing, so it takes a while, but you'll get used to it.
Thanks.
All right, but
what else is there to talk about, really?
What is there to say that hasn't been said already a million times?
There really isn't. There's too many things. There's too many things that we can repeat. And I mean, the thing that got me the most was.
Oh, go ahead.
You guess what?
No, I guess the thing that I wanted to ask you was that over the past 2 to 3 years, like, when did it really start to get bad? When did it really start to get bad?
It really started to get bad around maybe 5 months ago, probably. Maybe a year ago, maybe. It started to go really, really bad whenever he kicked me off of his own server, his BFCW thing. You know, that server he made up to compete with NSFW, right?
Yeah, I call it. You know what's really crazy? I pretty much called it a ripoff of NSFW.
It is a ripoff, pretty much. I mean, the name is pretty much basically BFCW. It's basically replacing the N with a B.
Yep, pretty much.
And it started to go bad whenever he kicked me from the server. And he said, "Will you be loyal to BFCW?" And during this time, I didn't know that what was going on behind closed doors with him. I didn't know there was drama going on with him and Jack. And I said, "I'm always loyal to any group." But I was joined back into the group. I was invited back by one of my friends, Shadow Flare, and he invited me back, and I joined back. But I realized, but then months go by, maybe 1 more month later, it started to go by. And that's whenever crap just got real. I learned that he was kicked from NSFW. I learned he was making fake accounts to torture and abuse Duro and Jess and talk crap about Jeb. What also got me mad was when he called Jeb a mud trotter.
Yeah,
which is a racial, which I think is a racial term.
I'm pretty sure it is because I googled it one time, and I'm pretty sure it's directed towards British people. I think.
And Jeb is British.
Yeah, he is. He told me. And
he is British. I mean, I'm Mexican American, but I live in the USA. I ain't gonna say where I live at. Not over the internet.
People know where I live at. I mean, not my exact location, but they're pretty much aware that I'm still in the state of Illinois. So
I'm in the state of Texas. Randall just needs to learn. He won't be able to learn. He doesn't understand. He just has that terrible grudge. Ever since he got kicked out of NSFW, he just made it his own goal to get rid of Jack, Jeb, and everyone associated with NSFW. But like I saw in your other video, everybody that was in NSFW was almost everyone in NSFW was in the BFCW crew.
Exactly.
Me, you were in it. Sheila was in it. Davis was in it. I can't remember who else was in it that was in it.
I can name a couple other people.
Uni in it?
Yeah, Uni was in it. Sion was in it. Who else?
Gruff.
Gruff's in it too?
Gruff, the macho
Yeah,
dude.
I know who you're talking about. I'm actually going to have a discussion with him as well.
Oh, yeah.
Before you know who gets to him. But
there was more than half of the amount of people that were in NSFW that were in BFCW. And he was trying to make it a ripoff. He was trying to make it compete with NSFW.
That's
but
pretty much
it wasn't
what
really
he's trying to
even
do.
competing at all.
his server was dead, was deader than 2K20 right now.
It sure was dead. I rarely got any notifications, and the only notification I think I ever got was from Randal himself, saying like, hello, good morning, stuff like that, but barely, maybe one or two people just responded.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a racist. I mean, he got kicked out of a server because he was causing lots of drama, and he blames most of the drama on me. He blames some of the drama on a lot of other people that I can't remember. He just kept blaming lots and lots of stuff on other people, and it was really, really annoying.
Exactly. He never takes responsibility for anything.
Sure, never took responsibility. He blames other people for his own wrongdoing.
Exactly.
He blamed me. One time he blamed me for I think he blamed me for getting him kicked out of an SFW, I believe. It was either that or he blamed me for getting
I think he blamed you.
Oh, I know what he blamed me for. He blamed me for hurting his friendship relationship with David.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Sheila, yeah, that's who he blamed me for getting the relationship broke with. I'm like, I said to myself, when he sent me that message, I said to myself, bruh, you were the one that was on bad terms with him all the time. He never wanted to be friends with you after what you have done. You can't. He blamed me for it when it's really his fault. It's always his fault. There's always multiple things that are his fault. And it's really, really freaking annoying and fucking frustrating.
It is frustrating.
I mean, I've never seen anyone more annoying and stupid as Randal. Never. The only person that ever came as close is Chosen Me. That's the only person that is more annoying, that's almost as annoying as Randal.
Like, the only people I think that came close was like people that was in the Loud House fandom, and I don't even associate myself with that fandom anymore after the shit they pull. But
I never watched the Loud House myself.
So yeah, and like I know what you're saying, because like the fandom, like, show is good, but like the fandom is terrible. But back on track, like the people that's in that fandom, they act just as bad, if not worse, than Randal. And honestly, I didn't think that it can get any worse than Randal.
I saw your video about it. You were really freaking mad.
I was pissed off. I was really pissed off. I have every right to be pissed off, because he's gonna sit up here and threaten my best friend like this. Like, who the fuck does he think he is?
He thinks he's himself. He's egotistical. He's arrogant. Randal's just arrogant. He cares only about himself. I mean, did you see what he was doing with Davis's character? And
yes,
my
I
character,
seen
when
it.
he used my character and his character. Yeah, he used both our characters without our permission and even without our acknowledge. Like, he did it to me recently whenever he got his character. Well, I want to keep it SFW because I know you want to keep it SFW, but
yeah. And if we talk about this stuff, this probably gonna get my channel banned. So
yeah, I can't link it either because the guy that drew the picture, he deleted it off of his DeviantArt because I told him about the situation, and he deleted it. But I still have the pictures in the downloads, but it's too NSFW, so I don't want to show it.
And I can't even show it on here anyways.
Yep. Good old YouTube.
Exactly. And then the thing that also pissed me off is that he threatened me saying that he's going to do it to me. And I fucking dare him to do it. I double dare him.
I know he's gonna do it. I know he's gonna do it.
If he did it with you and Davis, like, what? Imagine what he's gonna do with me.
Who knows? He's probably gonna get. He's probably. I don't. It's probably. The thing he'll probably do is probably too grotesque to even stay on TV to stay on YouTube, and you just gotta think of what he's gonna do, but you don't know what he's gonna do. But I have a feeling what he might do. I have a feeling.
I have a feeling too, and I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled everywhere. If he dares to even use my Fox without my permission or my acknowledgement.
Oh man, Randal just needs an attitude adjustment. he needs to be in jail for what he was talking about he told you he wanted to, didn't he say he wanted to kill Davis?
Yes, that's 5 to 10 years right there.
That sure is. I mean, not only is that cyberbullying, but that's also like, I think that's online menacing, I think, or like online threatening.
I'm pretty sure that, like, because this type of stuff happened before. People got like 8 years behind stuff like this.
8 years behind it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, and it wasn't anything near as bad because, like, what the person that got 8 years for, he got threatened. He threatened to bomb an airport or something, to like place a bomb in an airport. So I guess that's justified. So I don't know what the actual terms and laws are about threatening a single person. And I don't know how much jail time that is, but I'm pretty sure that's some jail time.
I'm sure it's jail time too. We can't. I mean, there's nothing we can do about Randal, and there's nothing I can do because I've blocked him. I can't speak to him.
I pretty much have him blocked.
I've had
everywhere.
enough of his. I've had enough of his shit. I've had enough.
You think you had enough? I'm fed up with him.
I've given him enough second chances. I've given him more than 5 second chances, and every time I gave him those chances, he blew them in less than a week.
Same with me and Davis. I gave him at least a good solid 5 to 6 chances. I gave him 5 to 6 chances, and he wanted to sit up here and take advantage of my trust and my friendship within the week. He blows it within a week, and it's fucking ridiculous.
He always bitches and moans. That's what he does. He bitches and he moans.
And then
He tries to gain
when people
sympathy.
get fed up with his shit, he didn't want to play the victim.
He always plays the victim. He's full of himself. He always blames the people, but he never blames himself. Like I said earlier, he's an arrogant bitch. He's an arrogant idiot.
And then what makes it worse is he's hiding behind the internet, and he's only making these threats on the internet because he knows for a fact that he wouldn't do it in person.
I'm sure because nothing we can do. We just got to deal with it, and I hate it. I hate Randal.
And it's like he's suspended on
a good
FA.
dude.
He was suspended on FA, and he was cool to me at first, but then as soon as he started showing his true colors and everything, I had enough of his shit.
I had enough of him whenever he threatened. When he called you the N-word, that was what pushed me, and that was what pushed me. And whenever he called my character a STD filled he called my character AIDS filled like STDs, and he called Jeb a mud trotter. And he calls Jack like I can't remember what he calls. I think he calls Jack Assru.
He does all the time.
He comes up with stupid nicknames, and none of them make any sense. The only one that makes sense is that racial one, which is an actual racist slur. Mud trotter. That's a racial slur.
Exactly. And just for anybody watching, we have screenshots to back this all up. And I probably might put them on Imager or something. I'm going to put them somewhere.
I still have those messages that on DeviantArt that I can send to you. And you can post them if you want to. After we get done with this little video we're doing.
Yeah, I can probably post it to somewhere like Twitter or something.
Yeah, I mean, I have Twitter. I recently made one just to see what the post was. But yeah, I mean, I can send them to you on Discord, and then you can post them on Twitter, on your own Twitter.
All right.
Because I don't use Twitter. I don't use Twitter. I just use my Facebook.
All right. And then also another question I want to ask you is that when did you join NSFW, by the way?
I joined NSFW on my 18th birthday. I joined it on my 18th birthday, which is April 27th.
Okay, so like, what is that? 5? Is that 5 months ago?
We're in
4?
September right now. So September, April.
4 months.
January, February, March, April.
5.
October, September,
Yeah, 5
I
months.
think it is 5 months. Yeah, it is 5 months ago, probably.
Okay, so during that time, you were still in BWFC, and I was too, until I left. Until I left, and when that happened, you left BWFC like around when I made that ping in the group. Remember when I was completely done with the Randall? I made a ping to everybody in the server that I was leaving, and then he banned me and then deleted my post afterwards to try to spite me.
Oh, Randall. Typical Randall.
He thinks he's untouched. That's what he think he is.
He thinks he's John Cena. You can't see me. He can't be seen. He can't be touched. He's invincible.
And
but
it doesn't
when
make a
really,
bit of sense.
when really, we've got the evidence that proves that he's an idiot. He's a racist. He's egotistical. He's retarded and fucking stupid.
Basically.
But when I joined NSFW, I joined it 5 months ago. That was actually my second time joining it, because when I first joined it, I didn't know you had to be 18 and plus because I didn't read the rules.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I didn't read the rules. I should have read the rules, but I was 17 whenever I joined it. I think I was 17. Yeah, I had just turned 17.
All right.
And I left the server on good terms with both Jack. I left on good terms with everyone in the group because it was my fault. I forgot to read the rules. It was my fault.
All right.
At least I can follow the rules. Jeb, on the other hand, the dude can't follow any rules. He breaks rules every single time he joins a server.
You mean Randall?
Look at how many accounts he's made on FA. How many accounts have you counted that he's made on FA, like alternate accounts?
Some people said up to 15.
Up to 15?
That's what people are telling me.
4. I've only counted like 4.
Like I counted like a good solid 3, maybe in between 3 or 5.
I counted like 4. 15?
That's from what my understanding.
That guy has multiple emails. He has like 15 emails then, because in order to make a new account, you have to use another email.
That is ridiculous. It
That's
truly
crazy.
is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, it's crazy, and it's fucking stupid.
It's unheard
What's
of.
the point? You've made 15 accounts just to troll and annoy people that you have beef with. And come on, man, just give up. People don't like you right now. No one likes him right now. No one likes him.
There's not one good thing that you can say about Randall.
Nothing. No good thing. He's done only bad things I can think of. He's just ridiculous, and we can't do nothing about him right now. I think he's still in Wendell's server. You know Wendell?
Yeah, I know Wendell.
He's still in Wendell's server.
He is, and then he kicked him, and then I think he joined off somebody in the server, and got right back.
Someone sent him an invite. Yeah, someone sent him an invite, and I don't know who.
I don't know who either.
But whoever it was, they probably don't know about his past.
They probably don't know either.
I mean, I can't. Excuse me. I can't believe that he just needs to be taught a lesson. I hope he gets. I want him to get jail time at least for what he said to Davis.
If I have to go to court
about what he was probably going to do.
If I have to go to court behind any of this and testify against him, I will.
You will?
I will do that. I will. You think Tekashi 6ix9ine is snitching? Wait till I get up on that stand and start pointing fingers.
You have the evidence. I know you do have a lot of evidence.
And I don't care if I'm getting called a snitch, this, and etc. But I don't care. Like my best friend, his life was threatened. Now I'm not taking something like this lightly.
I'm not taking it lightly either, man. I mean, if you threaten to kill someone over the internet, you gotta watch out for your friends. You gotta watch out for them. You gotta keep track of them. You gotta keep up with them. Just make sure they're safe.
Exactly. And then, like, I'm at the front of the house and everything, so I see pretty much everything that goes on. The only way that you can get in, that you can attempt to, like, get past me is that if you come in from the back, but you have to get in through, you have to enter in from, like, one of the back houses and go through their yard to get to my backyard. So there's pretty much no way that you can get into the, get near me without me seeing you.
No way.
And the other thing that I want to touch up on is that when you was talking to Jeb and everything, he tried to blame you for his falling out with Davis, but at the same time, this was the same person that forced his way on a commission from Davis around Christmas time, and Davis he didn't want to and everything because he didn't know him like that. He didn't. Like, now I would have understood that if they talked on a personal level and he'd been nothing but courteous to him. You see, the difference between me, you, and Randall is because me and you, we talk to Davis and show nothing but respect for Davis, and nothing else. We don't show any type of disrespect towards him, no type of jealousy, no type of envy whatsoever. So when I first met Davis, we spoke on a personal level. Like, we were honestly friends from the start. And that's why he actually decided to feature me, because I was so nice to him. Randall, on the other hand, he thinks that he's just
Davis
entitled.
I've always had enough respect for Davis. I mean, Davis made me like. I love his character. I love his character.
I do too.
Really in depth, design wise, the originality's there, pretty good. My character's not really original. There's a lot of ponies out there.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised I've gotten this far. When I first got onto DeviantArt, I didn't think I'd get far.
I didn't even think I'd get far either.
I'm surprised Randall got far. I'm surprised Randall got to where he is. Really, I am. But.
And honestly, I think I'm about to pass him up in page visits and favorites.
I don't know about me. I have to check on.
Because you don't really post on FA.
I don't post on FA either. I only posted like 2 pictures on his FA. I remember, speaking of FA, I remember whenever Randall was pissed off and mad at me for I think it was for whenever I ruined his relationship with Davis. He thought I ruined it. He spammed my entire comment section on FA with hate comments. He spammed the entire thing with hate comments. I forgot what they were called, but I know they were hate comments, and I didn't know how to take them off. My friend told me how to delete them off the shout list. So I took them off and I deleted them. Thank God I figured out how to delete them. But they were my shout section was completely filled to the brim with hate comments. Just from Randall, from his account on FA.
That is
he
wild.
moved out of FA actually recently.
Yeah, he did. He got suspended like a month ago. I don't know how long his suspension is. I hope it's forever. I hope it is.
I'm gonna take a look. Is his original account suspended?
Yeah. If you got IP ban or something, I would love it.
Let me see if his original account. Oh yeah, his original account is suspended. Because I looked it up right now. I looked it up. His original account is set up. It is suspended.
He said that he was never coming back, but I'll believe it when I see it.
I'll believe it when I see it too. He says he moved out of FA, but there's a chance. I mean, knowing his persistence, his preference for trying to get rid of Jack at NSFW, there's a chance, a very high chance he's gonna come back. There's a very high chance he'll come back.
He is, and
Will
I
it be
don't
under
know.
a
I
new
still
name?
don't know how long his suspension is.
I hope it's a long time.
I hope it is too.
I mean, he's had way too many accounts, and there's still probably even more than 15, like some people said.
I don't know the exact
Just
number
to-
and everything.
No one knows how many. I only counted like 4, but people saying there's like more than 4. That's crazy. I only have 1 account.
Some people say he have like 15 alternate accounts. And like 15 alternate accounts, I can barely keep up with my primary accounts.
I can barely keep up with 1 myself. I mean, I can barely. Speaking of multiple things, I can barely keep up with multiple characters. I have my pony, I have a wolf, and I have another pony. I barely was able to keep up with both of them. So that's why I've stuck with my original character, the first one I ever made, which is Nina. I've always stuck with her, and I only use the other 2 characters sparingly for like. I use my other pony character for people that are into the gay things. And the other one, my other character, my wolf character, I just use her I just use her when I'm in the mood.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
In the mood to use a wolf character, but that is very rare for me to use it. I've actually gotten to the point where I kind of want to get rid of that character, where I want to like sell her this, but I'm still thinking if I should.
All right.
But speaking of characters, what do you think of Randall's character as Collie? What do you think of his character?
I liked him at first. I hate him now.
I know, right? I didn't even know he was into the stuff he was into. We can't say what he's into right now because it's way too gross.
Yeah, because it's I just want to keep this safe for work, by the way, and not a lot of my subscribers need to know what I'm into or not.
Yeah, I don't think they would. They wouldn't want to know what Randall's into. Randall's into some weird shit.
Like he's into I can honestly say one, but it's water sports. And like, god damn it, that's gross.
If you don't know what water sports has got, don't look. Please, for your sanity, do not look up water. I looked it up. I looked it up myself one time, and I nearly vomited. It's gross.
It is nasty.
Don't look it up. Please don't. It's coming from me and him, me and Womp. Please do not look it up. I beg of you. Do not look it up.
You're gonna be doing yourself a massive favor by not looking it up.
Yeah, massive favor. Don't look it up. You'll be. If you look it up, though, you're in for a wild ride because it's gross. But that's one of the things he's into. Water. Don't look it up. I beg of every person that's watching that when this video comes out and watches it, I beg of you, don't look at it. Don't. You'll regret it. It's gross.
It is. And also, one more thing I want to touch upon is that did Jack warn you about Randall at all? He probably didn't because like you already knew him, right?
I knew him, but did you say did Jack ever warn me about him?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think Jack ever warned me about him. I think I warned Jack about him.
Okay, so vice versa.
Yeah. That I don't know really, but I do know I warned a few people about Randall after I warned some people, but I don't think Jack ever warned me about him.
Okay,
I know I warned Davis about him.
Yeah, he warned me about Randall like I think a good solid month, 1 month or 2 after I joined. And that was like around October because that's when I met Randall.
October?
Yeah.
Hey, we're almost close to October too.
And looking back on it, I should have took his warnings.
And speaking of that, I don't even think I knew Randall 3 years. What the heck am I talking? I think I've only known him for maybe 2 years. Maybe even just a year. I don't know. He's so annoying that I can't even remember when I last met him.
Exactly. Like, you can only think of the bad stuff with him. You can only think of it.
He's terrible. I don't like him. He like I said earlier, he's also just as worse as Chosen Me. Because I mean, I don't know if Randall's ever caused anyone actual harm. Because Chosen Me, he gave someone. This is kind of off topic, but Chosen Me, this guy, he gave one of my friends like almost four heart attacks. Technically, he gave her 4 heart attacks, and she survived each one of them. Thank God she survived them. But Chosen Me gave that person 4 heart attacks.
And I'm glad we're on this topic. I'm glad we're on this topic because when I was talking to Dawn, Euro's fiance, like a few hours ago, or like a couple hours ago, she actually told me that Randall, one of Dawn's good friends that she knows, Randall almost like basically put her in the hospital, like because he was harassing her so much.
Oh man, that's not good.
It is. She survived and everything, but Dawn. After that, Dawn never forgave him for that, and will never will.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't forgive him either.
I would be trying to find out where he lives.
Find out where he lives.
No lie whatsoever.
That's just creepy. That's just creepy.
Like, I'm the type of person, like, you do harm to me, I gotta get you back.
You hurt my friend, you're gonna feel it too. The other friend's gonna come back and get you.
Like, it's honestly ridiculous. It is truly ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's pointless. It's stupid. Randall's just all those things. Stupid. He's just stupid. I don't know how many times I can say it, but he's just stupid. I don't.
Like, one day, like, he's gonna get what's coming to him. Like, his karma is building up through the roof, and if it's not gonna get him today, it's definitely gonna get him sooner or later.
Karma's probably already hit him in the ass right now, man. I mean, look what happened to all of his accounts. A lot of people are not trusting him anymore. He's getting lots of hate comments. I'm sure he's probably getting a lot of hate comments. I don't know if he's getting hate comments, but I'm sure he's getting some hate comments. I know he's probably getting some.
I'm pretty sure.
His other accounts, I'm sure he's getting hate comments on those. I told him, he frustrates. He makes me like not even know what I'm saying. He's just that annoying. I don't.
Like, it's nothing that you can pretty much say about him at this point. Like, we already got our point across that he is a scumbag. He's just an overall scumbag.
He sure is. I don't. Just fuck him. I hate him.
He's incredibly
if
selfish.
Anyone, I don't even know how anyone can even be friends with him.
I don't know either. I don't.
I mean, after all the shit he's done, he shouldn't even have any friends at all.
Exactly, and I'm glad that we're spreading this shit so we can spread awareness to the people that could be a newcomer to the furry fandom and everything, because like now it's getting to the point where innocent people are getting accused of being Randall's alternate account.
I know, right? There was one guy that we were talking about who that one guy that what was his name? Wasn't he named like Feet's Rule or something like that?
Some people like I'm pretty sure that was an alternate account as well.
Yeah, that one guy who randomly out of nowhere just told me like, forget about me and leave and forget about the comments and close the chat. He said that guy.
I'm pretty sure
that
was
that was an alternate random account.
I'm pretty sure because he sounded a lot like him.
I know. You know how he said Randall randomly will call someone like drama worthy? That's exactly what he did. He said that he randomly started drama.
Exactly.
Out of nowhere, just random drama.
And then he peeks his nose in people's shit. He came in out of nowhere and peeks his nose into people's drama when he doesn't even know what's going on. If this is a separate person.
And we don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that was Randall. I don't know if that was some other guy. I don't. I really don't.
I'll be glad if he never comes back.
Either,
I don't want to know either because like he caused me so much headache. I don't even want to put up with him anymore, and I'm glad that he's off for Affinity. I'm glad.
I'm glad too. And speaking of that other guy we were talking about, did you? He out of nowhere said, "Do you role play?" And I said, yes. I've told you I role played before. And then out of nowhere, and then he says. He sent me a picture saying, "Well, I don't." I'm like, what was the point of asking me then?
Exactly. If you, I don't even know what was the purpose of that.
I was just confused. I was like, why? I told you already. The first time I met him, he said, "Do you role?" He says, "By the way, I don't role play." I'm like, okay, I never asked, but okay, thanks for the update. And then he says me, "Do you?" He randomly out of nowhere said, "Do you role play?" I'm like, "Yes." And then he said, "Well, I don't." I said to myself, "What? Why did you ask me then? What's the point?" You don't role play, then don't even ask.
My God, it doesn't make a bit of sense whatsoever. It doesn't.
And yeah, if you don't role play, don't even ask. If you don't ask someone who RPs if they role play. If they role play, they role play. You don't role play. You don't. If you don't role play, don't role play with them. Don't. It's simple. Don't even ask. You don't role play. Don't role play. Simple.
Exactly. And then the one thing I also want to mention. And then the one thing I want to mention in this video is that now I understand that me, you, and Randall was underage in NSFW. I was 17 back in July when I first joined because I didn't read the rules whatsoever. But the difference between me, you, and Randall is because we accepted that we were underage, and I didn't because I didn't even know I was breaking a single rule at the time of being underage. I didn't know. But you were actually responsible enough to leave on good terms and not cause any problems. Now, me, on the other hand, I was underage, but I wasn't going around making problems for everybody. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, whenever I learned that there was an age rule that you had to be 18, whenever it happened, I was just shocked. Really, I was just shocked. I didn't know because I didn't know I was talking to people that were over 18. There's a guy in that server that's like almost in his 50s. I didn't know, but I did gladly accept that I had to wait. I waited a year. I waited a full year, and then I joined back. No problems. Nothing bad happened.
All right.
I'm just glad that I'm just glad that no one got on to me for being underage, but. To me, it felt like I almost ruined my whole. I thought I was gonna ruin my whole reputation, but I didn't. I'm still widely accepted in that community. Thank the Lord.
I'm still widely accepted too.
Yep, Randall's not widely accepted. He's been. I think Randall's been blacklisted from everything.
Like, he's blacklisted by major artists. He's blacklisted by other artists that heard about this situation. He's blacklisted by other federations that's on for Affinity.
Yeah.
He's done.
He's been blacklisted by a lot of people. Pretty much. There's nothing he can do.
And there's nothing that he can do or say that can get him out of this. There's nothing he can do or say. Because everybody's seen the proof that me and other people spread on social media. So how is he going to sit up here and explain this?
No, nothing he can do.
And I hate that it got to this point, but I warned him that if it got to this point, that I'm going to do something about it, and I'm going to put his business out there everywhere and do everything in my power to make sure that people knows about him.
Well, I'm glad you did, because now a lot of people know about what he's done in the past. Now people know that now people know he's a racist. I mean, I got evidence to prove he's a racist. You got evidence to prove he's a racist? Because, like I said earlier, he's called you the N-word. He's called me a Mexican immigrant.
He's called Davis a Swiss prick. He's called Jack a grease prick. He's calling everybody exactly. He's calling everybody out of their name because like they're a certain nationality or a race. That's what racism is.
Right? I mean, look what he called Jeb. He called Jeb a mud trotter. He called me a Mexican immigrant. Because a lot of Mexicans like to immigrate from Mexico to the U.S., which is true, and it sucks that what Trump is doing about that shit. He's also he called Jeb a mud trotter, which is a racial slur about British people. He's called Jess and Euro a Nazi because they're from Germany, and Nazism was part of Germany at one point.
Yes.
He called, like I said, he also called someone a grease trotter.
That was Jack we're talking about.
Why grease trotter?
Because Jack is from Greece.
What does that mean?
Because Jack is from Greece, and some of these names that he's coming up with is corny. It's straight up corny.
I can make better names than that.
I can come up with way better insults.
I mean, not that I would want to make anything racial, but I can come up with better names than that.
I can get real disrespectful if he wants me to, and I can leave race out of the equation.
I'm leaving race out of it. I don't like dealing with racial things, anything.
I don't either.
If you called me a Mexican immigrant or half Mexican prick, because I'm not full blood Mexican. I'm a mixed race. I'm white, I'm Mexican, and I'm also Indian. I'm also not Indian like Native American. Why did I say Indian?
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'm Native American, but to be honest, nothing. He just likes to call people by their racial slur names, like mud trotter, Mexican immigrants, grease trotter, stuff like that.
And then he wonders why he's not respected.
And he wonders why people aren't respecting him either. He wonders why he's not respected at all. There's your answer, Randall. They're not respecting you because you aren't respectful to anyone. You're not respectful to anyone in the slightest.
And he doesn't even show respect for himself.
I know, right?
And it sucks that I'm 18 years old, 1 year less than him, and I have more respect and dignity to show for other people. Like I said to Don. Like, this is the exact same thing I said to Don, and I'll say it again.
What were you going to say?
No, I was just saying that, like, I have more respect and more dignity to show for other people. That's what I was saying.
Hey. Well, I mean, what else is there to say about Randall? There's nothing else I can say.
There's nothing. I already got my point across. We already got our point across. I said it in my other video. I said it in Don's interview. Like, there's pretty much nothing else you can say. All I'm just doing right now is just getting your side of the story on things to make sure that people aren't calling me a liar.
Yep. You got my side of the story, guys. Randall's called me a Mexican immigrant. I have the evidence to prove it.
And more evidence is on my Twitter as well.
Yep. I don't use Twitter that much. I mean, but I don't really have evidence on my Twitter. I just have the evidence on my DeviantArt. But that's on notes, so you can't even see my notes.
Unless you actually take a screenshot of it and then put it out somewhere.
Yeah, unless you do that. But I'll do that. I'll send Gwomp the emails. I'll send Gwomp the screenshots about it so you can do it.
All right. And I actually need to make folders of it as well because there's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to have to explain.
There sure is going to be a lot. I know that. A lot of things to talk about. Lots.
All right,
a very good amount.
Yeah.
Evidence is just mounting against him.
It is. There's like a mountain of stuff that he's going to have to climb up to explain. And even if he could, he can't explain any of it or justify any of it. We live in the internet age where stuff like this is not forgiven.
I mean, once you do something stupid, once you do something that stupid, there's no turning back. You called someone a Mexican immigrant. You called someone the N-word. You called someone, ugh.
And then he called Neto Painter. You know Neto Painter, right, on DeviantArt? He called him an N-word, and he's Mexican.
Neto Painter, the one that owns that one human character.
Yeah.
I'm not the best fan of Neto Painter, and mostly because I don't like his character. I don't like his human character. I don't like his Mary Sue character, but
like, his artwork is good though. His fighting art is good.
His artwork is really good. His artwork's good, but I'm very mixed with his characters. I don't like his character.
But anyways, but back to what I was saying.
I'm sorry.
Like, back to what I was saying. Like, he called him the N-word. He's Mexican. And I talked to him about this, and I'm glad that I'm bringing this up because of this whole Randal situation, and I actually brought this to Neto Painter and actually discussed with him and all this other stuff. Like, we're actually like friends now. I consider us friends now. Like, he said that, like, yeah, like, he's pretty much said that, like, if I ever need anything, if I have any questions, inquiries whatsoever, I can just message him whenever I like. And I told him the same thing.
Not a problem. That's good to know. Good to know you're on good terms with him.
Yep.
I'm on good terms with him too. I just don't really like his characters.
And because of Davis, I have more connections with Davis. Now, I'm friends with Karen for Wolf. I'm friends with Wendell. I'm about to be, like, as soon as I actually get in contact with Skiba about this split commission, like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be on good terms with her as well.
Who again?
Nasty Wolf on Fur Affinity.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Kiva.
I said Skiba, but that's her. That's what she goes by most of the time.
Skiva. Oh, I thought you said Kiva. I don't know who that is.
You're gonna have to look up her profile. She's a really talented artist, really, really good. But her art is expensive, but it's worth it.
Yeah, I need a job.
Damn
college guy.
I know, right? I know, right?
Nothing we can do about it. Nothing I can do about it. I just gotta wait. Oh well.
All right, but I think
let's just be glad that we got the evidence packed up on Randal. Let's just be really, really glad that we got evidence against them.
Yep. That we have everything we ever need. Like, and I'm gonna make that video, like that 40-50 minute video, like explaining everything and that stuff as well. In that video, so I'm gonna bring up a lot of screenshots. I'm gonna have to gather up everything too. So that's gonna take me a good solid while, but I got all the time in the world.
I'll send you screenshots of the DeviantArt notes thing, so you can put them on the video.
All right. And, well, I think that's all the time that we pretty much have right now. And I actually appreciate you for coming out and speaking out about this situation.
Hey, not a problem, man. I mean, there was a lot that needed to be said. A lot of stuff that I had to get off my chest.
Yeah, I agree, too. And, like, this is the second interview I got in one day. I'm going to have to interview Euro tomorrow as well. He wants to interview as well. That's like 3 interviews already.
Oh, Euro's gonna be even. He's gonna be even madder than how I was mad.
He's gonna be pissed.
Guys, you thought I was mad? You're gonna see how mad Euro's gonna get. Euro is gonna destroy Rand.
He's gonna be pissed.
He's gonna destroy Rand. He's gonna destroy him. I mean, do you think I destroyed Randal? Look at what Euro's gonna do to Randal.
Exactly.
I mean, Euro's a nice guy, but if you piss him off.
It's not the best idea.
You're not gonna have a good position. Not a good idea.
All right, well, once again, I appreciate you for actually coming out and everything. Like, this is gonna be posted. I think, like, I'm actually gonna post Dawn's interview first, then yours. Depending on how the rendering and the upload time goes, it probably may be like somewhere later this week or next week.
Not a problem. I'll be waiting for the video so I can see how my weird voice is on YouTube now. I mean,
all right.
My weird voice, my pony voice.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys for actually watching this video as well. Like, if you guys want to watch the other interview as well, I'm gonna link that down in the description down below. And I probably might make a playlist out of this whole entire thing, but we'll see. But anyways, make sure you guys like and share this interview, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good day.